Hi everyone, this is For the Love of Comics. Welcome if it's your first time here and welcome back if it's not. A few episodes ago, I celebrated Winsor McCay's magical full-page comic strip Little Nemo in Slumberland all the way from 1905. If you haven't caught that yet and are interested, you can find it linked up here and in the description below. In that episode, I discussed Winsor McCay's significant achievement as well as looked at some special editions of his Little Nemo comics from 1905 all the way to 1914. In this video, I'd like to take a look at more Little Nemo in Slumberland stories, but not told by Winsor McCay. Since 1914, there have been a number of revivals, sequels, spin-offs of Little Nemo that have been launched, including one by Winsor McCay himself in the 1920s. And from all of these, we're going to take a very quick look at two particular comics. If you're a fan of Little Nemo and know of other versions that you really enjoy, I'd love for you to share them in the comments below. And let me know if you're interested in either of these two. So let's take a very quick look at two versions of Little Nemo in Slumberland by authors and artists other than Winsor McCay. The first book we're looking at is Little Nemo Return to Slumberland. Little Nemo Return to Slumberland is a 4-issue mini-series written by Eric Shanower, featuring art by Gabriel Rodriguez and published by IDW. Little Nemo Return to Slumberland was published by IDW in 2014 in 4 issues, and I was initially attracted to it not just because of a modern-day take on Little Nemo had me curious, but also because of writer Eric Shanower, whose work on Age of Bronze as well as the Oz books from Marvel with Scotty Young I've really enjoyed. So I know that he's a great adapter of other material. He really knows when to play it straight, when to put his own twist on things, and he has a very good balance between rigorous faithfulness and inventiveness. However, when I read this book, what really stood out to me was the art by Gabriel Rodriguez. Rodriguez is probably most famous as the artist for Lock and Key, but at the time of reading this series, I hadn't read Lock and Key. So this was my introduction to this artist who really captured my imagination with his take on Slumberland and dreamscapes done in an absolutely magnificent way. Which is not to sell short Eric Shanower's writing. I think he does a really good job in adapting the original format or lack of a format into a cohesive story in 4 parts. He uses a lot of things that are familiar to readers of Little Nemo, like Nemo waking up constantly and the predicaments he finds himself in. And I really enjoyed this comic not only for its vibrant art, but also its loving updating of the Nemo classic. The Nemo in this book is a modern-day child who is being summoned by the Princess of Slumberland because she remembers a Nemo that she used to play with a long time ago. He doesn't necessarily want to be her companion, and the whole story is a similar mix of the old and the new. Little Nemo Return to Slumberland has been published by IDW as a digest-sized trade, an original hardcover, and a larger deluxe edition, which is what I have my eye on. And for our second book, I'll need to scoot a little further back to show you Little Nemo Dream Another Dream, published by Locust Moon Press in the original broadsheet newspaper sizes, featuring over 120 contemporary artists paying tribute to Winsor McCay by contributing 1 or 2 page stories. Once again, we have to zoom up a little to fit in Little Nemo Dream Another Dream. From Locust Moon Press, this is a broadsheet size tribute anthology to Winsor McCay's masterpiece, with over 100 contributors contributing a page or 2 of Little Nemo style stories, often starring Little Nemo, sometimes not, but all inspired and paying homage to Winsor McCay. This is Mark Buckingham, Farrell Dalrymple, David Peterson of Mouse Guard with a story featuring mice, J.G. Jones, Paul Pope, a Little Nemo story referencing the Graveyard Book drawn by P. Craig Russell, and many, many more. Honestly, I want to show every single page and name every single creator. This book is just gorgeous. Not all the pieces have the same kind of power, but as an achievement of publishing and of creativity and of design, it's really unparalleled. Working with this full broadsheet size gives these artists a size and scale of canvas that they don't usually have, and allows us to see details and composition and layouts that we may not otherwise get to see. On top of that, you have the fantastic production work with excellent paper, very firm binding, and absolutely gorgeous colors. I would say it doesn't even matter whether you're a fan of Little Nemo or are familiar with Winsor McCay's work, although it obviously enriches the experience a lot. This book, however, can be enjoyed very much for what it is, which is a collection of different styles and experiments, all working with a common idea but mining very, very different things from it. The list of artists is a very impressive roster, and some of my favorites are in here. You've got Bill Sienkiewicz, you've got Box Brown, you've got Michael Allred, Fabio Moon and Gabriel Barth, Charles Vess, John Cassidy, Cliff Chiang, J.H. Williams, Kevin Cannon, Dean Haspiel, Carla Speed McNeil, Yuko Shimizu, Xander Cannon, J.G. Jones, Mark Hempel, Peter Bagg, Hans Rickheit, Stephen Bissett, Nate Powell, and many, many more. A wonderful and magnificent work. It's an expensive edition for sure, but it's a completely unique comics reading experience. Both of these are great books. They don't obviously come close to the genius of Winsor McCay, but they do display how deep his influence runs, as well as shows what a fertile arena he created with the format as well as the storytelling. I hope you enjoyed this very quick look at two different versions of Little Nemo in Slumberland. I'd love to have your comments and questions below. This has been For the Love of Comics. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you at the next video.